21 celebrities who have been married 3 or more times. Number 1. Elizabeth Taylor might be the most famous example of a celebrity who married multiple times. She had 8 weddings and 7 husbands. Taylor was married to 7 men: Conrad Hilton Jr. from 1950 to 1951, Michael Welding from 1952 to 1957, Mike Todd from 1957 to his death in 1958, Eddie Fisher from 1959 to 1964, Richard Burton from 1964 to 1974, and then again from 1975 to 1976, John Warner from 1976 to 1982, and lastly Larry Fortensky from 1991 to 1996. Taylor died in 2011. Taylor's 5th and 6th husband, Richard Burton, was also married his fair share of times too. Burton, who co-starred in films with Taylor like Cleopatra and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, was married 5 times to 4 women. First was Sybil Williams from 1949 to 1963, then Taylor from 1964 to 1974, and 1975 to 1976. Susie Miller from 1976 to 1982, and finally Sally Hay from 1983 until his death in 1984. Number 2. Jennifer Lopez has been married 4 times. Most recently, she wed Ben Affleck in Las Vegas almost 20 years after their first engagement. Lopez's first husband was Ojani Noah, a waiter, whom she was married to from 1997 to 1998. After that, she wed dancer Chris Judd, which lasted from 2001 to 2003. Famously, she was then engaged to Ben Affleck, though the two never made it down the aisle and split in early 2004. She married Mark Anthony that year, and the two musicians were married until 2014. Lopez was then engaged once again, this time to Alex Rodriguez. They split in April 2021. And now, famously, we are living in the time of Bennifer 2.0, with Lopez and Affleck tying the knot in July 2022 in Las Vegas, almost 20 years after Affleck first proposed in November 2002. We did it. Love is beautiful. Love is kind. And it turns out love is patient. 20 years patient, Lopez wrote in her newsletter. When love is real, the only thing that matters in marriage is one another, and the promise we make to love, care, understand, be patient, loving and good to one another. We had that, and so much more. Best night of our lives, she continued. Number 3, Kim Kardashian has been married 3 times, most recently to Kanye West. Kardashian's first husband was Damon Thomas, whom she married when she was 20 years old in 2000. They divorced in 2004. Then she married NBA player Chris Humphries in 2011 before announcing their split 72 days later. Their divorce was finalized in 2013. Kardashian then married West in 2014 and announced their split in 2021. She's since dated comedian and SNL star Pete Davidson, though they split after 9 months together. In May 2012, she told British Cosmopolitan, "I think you have different soulmates throughout your life, that your soul needs different things at different times. I will always believe in love. But my idea has changed from what I've always thought. I just don't believe in one soulmate now." Number 4, Scarlett Johansson's October 2020 wedding to Colin Jost was her 3rd. The Black Widow star was married to Ryan Reynolds from 2008 to 2011. She then wed French journalist Romain Doriac in 2014, before they split for good in 2017. Johansson then began dating SNL star Jost in May 2017, and they wed in October 2020. They welcomed a son, Cosmo, in 2021. The Marriage Story actress spoke about her similarities with her character in the film. She was nominated for an Oscar for her performance as an actress going through a divorce. "I had some kind of shared experience with the character, or with any person going through a divorce. Really," Johansson told Vanity Fair in November 2019. "I understood the bittersweetness of it somehow, in a way." All those kind of in-between feelings that the character has. I understood them because I had gone through them myself. Number 5. Angelina Jolie has also been married 3 times. Right at the beginning of her stardom, Jolie married her Hackers co-star Johnny Lee Miller in 1996. They split 3 years later in 1999. Then, in a legendary move, she married Billy Bob Thornton, and also tattooed his name on her arm, and wore his blood in a vial around her neck in 2000. They were over by 2003. The Eternal star then began dating Brad Pitt in 2005, though they didn't tie the knot until 2014. They legally split in 2019. Jolie's second ex, Billy Bob Thornton, is on his 6th marriage. Thornton was first married to Melissa Lee Gatlin from 1978 to 1980, then Tony Lawrence from 1986 to 1988. 2 years later, he wed actress Cinda Williams in 1990, only to split by 1992. His 4th marriage was to Pietra Dawn Cherniak, a Playboy model whom he was with from 1993 to 1997. Next was Jolie from 2000 to 2003. His 6th and current marriage is to Connie England, whom he started dating in 2002 while still legally married to Jolie. They announced their split in 2002. They finally got married in 2014 after over a decade of dating. Number 6. Stevie Wonder has been married to his 3rd wife, Tamika Bracey, since 2017. Wonder was married to fellow musician Syreeta Wright from 1970 to 1972. Just under 30 years later, he tied the knot for a second time to fashion designer Kai Millard in 2001. They broke up in 2009 and legally divorced in 2012. Wonder wed his 3rd and current wife, Bracey, in 2017. Number 7. Marlon Brando was married 3 times, though he had multiple long-term partners as well. Brando's first wife was fellow actress Anna Kashfi, whom he was with from 1957 to 1959. The Streetcar Named Desire star then married actress Movita Castaneda in 1960. Their marriage was annulled in 1968, after it was discovered she had never legally divorced her first husband, Jack Doyle. His 3rd and final wife was actress Tarita Tiri Ipea, who he was married to from 1962 to 1972. He died over 30 years later in 2004. Number 8. Frank Sinatra is another old Hollywood star who seemingly loved to walk down the aisle. He was married 4 times. Old Blue Eyes himself was married 4 times, to Nancy Barbado from 1939 to 1951, Ava Gardner from 1951 to 1957, Mia Farrow from 1966 to 1968, and Barbara Marx from 1976 to his death in 1998, making it his longest relationship. Number 9. Eva Longoria married her 3rd husband, Jose Bastin, in 2016. Longoria was first married to fellow soap star Tyler Christopher from 2002 to 2004, right around the time she blew up from Desperate Housewives. Longoria then wed former NBA player Tony Parker. In 2007, their marriage ended in 2011, amid a cheating scandal between Parker and numerous women. Longoria married her current husband, Bastin, in 2016. She gave birth to their son, Santiago, in 2018. "I'm not a fan of marriage. I like being married to him," Longoria told People in May 2017. "I never thought I would get married again. It's him. He makes it all worth it." Number 10. Elon Musk has been married 3 times to 2 women. Musk's first marriage was to Canadian author Justine Musk. They were married from 2000 to 2008. She wrote about their relationship in a 2021 essay for Marie Claire titled, "I Was a Starter Wife: Inside America's Messiest Divorce." He then married British actress Tallulah Riley in 2010. They were together until 2012, before filing for divorce. But then, the very next year, the two remarried. They called it quits for good in 2016. From 2018 to 2021, he dated musician Grimes. Number 11. Janet Jackson split from her 3rd and most recent husband, Wissam Almana, in 2017. Jackson's first marriage to fellow singer James DeBarge was annulled in 1985, after a year of marriage. She was only 18 years old when they were wed. The Rhythm Nation singer then married Rainey Elizondo Jr. in 1991, though the public didn't find out until their divorce was announced in 2000. In 2002, she began dating Jermaine Dupri, but they split in 2009 without ever getting married. Jackson then began seeing Wissam Almana, and the two tied the knot in 2012. They split in 2017. Number 12. Kate Winslet was just 23 when she got married for the first time. She's now married to her third husband, Edward Abel Smith, formerly known as Ned Rock'n'Roll. Winslet's first husband was director Jim Threepleton. The two were married from 1998 to 2001. She then married 1917 director Sam Mendes in 2003. The end of their relationship was plagued with speculation regarding Mendes' relationship with actress Rebecca Hall. He did end up dating Hall from 2011 to 2013, but he denied cheating on his wife and the two split in 2010. Winslet never shared details. "No one really knows what has happened in my life," she told the WSJ magazine in 2015. "No one really knows why my first marriage didn't last. No one knows why my second didn't. And I'm proud of those silences." Her third and current husband is Edward Abel Smith, the nephew of Richard Branson, and formerly known as Ned Rock'n'Roll. They were wed in 2012. "I think I can see more clearly now about how the pattern of past experiences has shaped who I am, and the characters I have played, and I'm grateful for that," she told Harper's Bazaar UK in 2013. Number 13. Halle Berry has been divorced 3 times. Berry was first married to former baseball player David Justice from 1993 to 1997. Her second husband, who she was with from 2001 to 2003, was musician Eric Bennett. Their divorce was finalized in 2005. She then dated model Gabrielle Aubry from 2005 to 2010, with Berry giving birth to their daughter Nala, but they never were married. Berry then began dating French actor Olivier Martinez in 2010, and they got hitched in July 2013 before splitting in 2015. As women, we go into marriage thinking it's going to last forever, and that this is our prince on a shiny horse, she told Entertainment Tonight in 2017. "That's what fairy tales taught me as a kid, and I'm kind of anti-fairy tales today." She added, "In every one of those situations, as hard and sometimes embarrassing as it was, I learned so much about myself. All of those relationships were necessary for me. We all come here with lessons that we have to learn, and those relationships provided me with lessons that got me to where I am right now. For that, I'm grateful. But it has been hard. It's been a difficult part of my life." Number 14. Tom Cruise has also been divorced 3 times. Cruise's second 2 marriages are 2 of the most well-known celebrity relationships of all time. He was married to Nicole Kidman from 1990 to 2001, and the two co-starred in multiple films together, most famously Eyes Wide Shut. His third marriage to Katie Holmes, dubbed Tomcat by the media, will go down in history. Their marriage lasted from 2006 to 2012. But Cruise's first marriage was to actress Mimi Rogers from 1987 to 1990. Number 15. Harrison Ford's third wife is fellow star Callista Flockhart. Both of Ford's previous marriages lasted relatively long by Hollywood standards. He was with his first wife, Mary Marquardt, for 15 years, from 1964 to 1979. Ford then wed screenwriter Melissa Matheson. They were together for 21 years, from 1983 to 2004, although they first announced their split in 2000. The Star Wars legend then tied the knot with Ally McBeal star Flockhart in 2010 after dating for 8 years. Number 16. Nicolas Cage married his 5th wife, Riko Shibata, in 2021. Cage was first married to fellow actress Patricia Arquette from 1995 to 2001. Soon after, he married Lisa Marie Presley in 2002, but they were divorced by 2004. That same year, he wed Alice Kim. Kim and Cage divorced in 2016. He married and divorced Erica Koik in 2019. Cage filed for annulment only 4 days after the March wedding, but he was granted divorce that June. In February 2021, Cage announced he had married Shibata. Their daughter was born in September 2022. Number 17. Drew Barrymore has 3 ex-husbands, and she has no plans to ever get married again. Barrymore has had 3 husbands and 5 fiancés total. First, she was engaged to Leland Hayward, the grandson of famous Hollywood agent Leland Hayward, in 1991. Then she got engaged to 90,210 actor Jamie Walters in 1992. Her first husband was a bar owner named Jeremy Thomas. They were married for less than 2 months in 1994. Her next 2 marriages didn't last long either. She was married to comedian Tom Green for less than a year before he filed for divorce in December 2001. Her next wedding was a little over 10 years later when she wed Will Koppelman in June 2012. They were divorced in August 2016. I would maybe live with someone again, maybe, but I've had kids, and there's no way I will never ever get married, she said in January 2022. Number 18. Pamela Anderson has been married 6 times to 5 people. Anderson's first marriage was to Tommy Lee in 1998, after only knowing him for a few days. They were legally divorced in 1998, though they continued to have an on and off relationship for years. She then wed musician Kid Rock in 2006 and divorced him the following year. Also in 2007, she married poker player Rick Salomon and had it annulled in February 2008. Around 8 years later, Anderson and Salomon got married again, only to split for good in April 2015. In January 2020, Anderson married legendary producer John Peters, although they announced their split 12 days later, with Anderson eventually claiming they were never legally married. Most recently, she got married to her bodyguard Dan Highurst in December 2020. Their marriage was over by January 2022. Number 19. Rupert Murdoch announced his engagement to Anne Leslie Smith in 2023. This will be his 5th marriage. Murdoch, 92, has been married 4 times across 67 years. His first marriage was to Patricia Booker, which was from 1956 to 1967. They had 1 child together, Prudence. Next was his 32-year marriage to Anna Murdoch-Mann, a Scottish journalist. They were together from 1967 to 1999 and had 3 children together, Elizabeth, Lachlan, and James. A little over 2 weeks after his divorce was finalized, 17 days to be exact, Murdoch wed Wendy Deng, who was an executive at a TV station owned by the Murdochs, Star TV. Murdoch had another 2 children with Deng, Grace and Chloe. The couple split in 2013 after 14 years together. In March 2016, Murdoch wed Jerry Hall, Mick Jagger's ex-partner and a former model. Their divorce was announced in July 2022 and finalized the following month. In March 2023, Murdoch announced his new engagement to Anne Leslie Smith. "I dreaded falling in love, but I knew this would be my last. It better be. I'm happy," he told the New York Post.